more problematic in my mind is what, at least coming from the White House, is what the White House is doing about this report, their own report from the CIA. This is the declassified version that I'm trying to think of how they phrased it in this report, but that MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the head of the Saudi ruler, I guess you would call him, was aware and okayed the operation to kill Jamal Khashoggi.
No.
He doesn't okay the operation. Nobody comes to him and says, like, hey, we've got an idea. We're going to kill this guy. No, he didn't okay it. He ordered it. But we hear it as like he okayed it. Like, I'm signing off on this. No, he wasn't signing off on it. He came up with the idea. And here is, this is on that same Sunday show, or you have Jen Psaki on with Dana Bash asking if the U.S. is going to hold Saudi Arabia to any type of account. Now, remember, we also know as a government, as a country, that Saudi Arabia was the most involved single country in the world in the attack on 9/11, which ended up infringing upon our civil rights, ended up thrusting into a war where we created literally millions of refugees, killed anywhere from several 100,000 to 1 million innocent civilians. We have still left that entire region in tatters. And we never held them to account in that instance. But here, let's find out if they're going to respond to the Khashoggi thing.
Candidate Biden, you heard there, said he would hold Saudi Arabia accountable. Now that he's president, he's imposed no travel ban, no asset freeze, no criminal charges, and most importantly, no sanctions directly on the Crown Prince himself. Why not?
Well, first, Anna, from the first day of the administration, we have been crystal clear at every level, from the president on down. We're going to recalibrate this relationship and turn the page from the last 4 years. And that means ending our support for the war in Yemen, doing more to address the humanitarian crisis, and ensuring that we are holding to account the actions, the human rights abuses of this government by word and by action. The release of this report, which was held back over the last 4 years, is part of that, making that clear to the public. But we've also taken a number of steps through the Treasury Department, through the State Department, to sanction the deputy head of intelligence, to sanction the revolutionary forces in Saudi Arabia, and to make clear that we will never let this happen again. And that's a message we've clearly sent over the last few days.
Okay, but you're talking about the people who are under the Crown Prince, and they are being punished. So isn't punishing them like punishing the hitman and not the mob boss who actually put out the hit?
Well, first, Anna, historically, and even in recent history, Democratic and Republican administrations, there have not been sanctions put in place for the leaders of foreign governments where we have diplomatic relations, and even where we don't have diplomatic relations. And we believe there is more effective ways to make sure this doesn't happen again, and to also be able to leave room to work with the Saudis on areas where there is mutual agreement, where there is interest, national interest for the United States. That is what diplomacy looks like. That is what a complicated global engagement looks like. And we have made no secret and been clear, we are going to hold them accountable and on the global stage and in with direct actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what does that mean? Like, I mean, what if they do? What if he does it again? Like, what is the accountability?
Nothing. Yeah. I mean, by the way, just pretty good journalism by Dana Bash there, I have to say. Like, good questions, I thought.
And good deflections by Jen Psaki, as some people are calling her.
Yeah, I mean, I think she does it more effectively than the Trump the Trump orbit does in terms of deflecting.
I mean, look, they get some credit for releasing this report, because we can see how completely beholden our government is to the Saudis. And there's really only one way to escape this, and that is to fundamentally alter our relationship with the Saudi, and they won't. And this is not like, first of all, it's not analogous to any other country, and I'm not even convinced that what she's saying is true in terms of like, there's been plenty of times where we would not receive the head of a government that we felt was, and maybe the problem is that we shouldn't have the type of relationship we have with them, so that we do have more latitude to punish. But it basically says like, you can get away with anything. Like, like you want to support the people who attack us on 9/11. That's okay. You want to kill a U.S. resident, like in a most brutal fashion. There is no, it really, the most helpful thing about this is it shows just how powerless we are relative to the Saudis, and that it is untenable for us to maintain this relationship with them.
100% it's untenable, especially because Biden says he's interested in fundamentally changing our energy systems. Then this relationship is not entirely necessary, except it all comes back to our entire foreign policy web surrounding Israel, surrounding the Middle East. I understand that. But Tony Blinken and everything that he's implemented thus far has been lackluster at best in terms of our foreign policy. And I think right wing is how more of what I describe it. I mean, there's really been nothing except returning things to equilibrium, but then also like not acting punitively against MBS. That's something that every Democrat would be screaming from the rooftops about if Trump were in a similar position right now and they just read that report.
They did.
And they did.
We all did, without even the sort of clarity that's there from the report.
Right.
Well, Trump really laid things a little bit barer than most presidents usually do when he was like, look, it's bad that they killed Khashoggi, but they buy a lot of weapons from us, and we need the money. And like, the Biden administration is driven by roughly the same directives. They're just trying to put the curtain back in place now and like pat it down so no one can see what's coming in around the sides.